Hello and welcome to another Raggies, Beers, Wines and Spirits review. Tonight, this is a re-review. I brewed a few months ago now. Is it 2 months? Good 2 months ago now. Evil Dog, Bulldog, which is a homebrew company that makes homebrew beers and wines and lagers, and personally I think probably the brand leader at the moment in the homebrew sector. Let's just get that over there so you can see the bottle. Yeah, and so they do a wide range of some pretty decent beers, lagers and ciders. The ciders are all the same quality as what you pay for your Copperbergs. The lagers, like your Peronis and your Corona, and the top end. And same with your beers. The beers. So, without promoting them too much, and probably getting a bollocking, but yeah, absolute quality. The price is, if you go to the right place. I used Creative. Is it Creative Winemaking in Ilkeston? I'm sure it's Creative Winemaking. Yeah, and I actually drove over this time. I never trust sat navs, but that's another story. Sat nav took me all the way round and through some right streets, and then on the way back the sat nav took me the easy route and through Stapleford, and it was so much easier. So don't always believe what sat navs tell you. But anyway, let's get back to the thing in question. I did a triple header of brews, and Evil Dog was one of them. I'm going to review the 3 of them again because it's 2 months on, and I want to let people know how they turn out. And at first, the heat in the shed, the beer room shed, was 100 degrees most days, and the bloody bubbling. I mean, it was splattering everywhere. I came in one day and I had to clean it all off the floor. You've been at work all day. You don't want to be cleaning beer stains off the floor. But it has now turned into, look at that, lovely looking beer. I'll pour a glass out. I won't pour a full glass because this is strong stuff. And when you homebrew, please don't do what I did and put too much sugar in for the secondary fermentation. If you bottle it like I'm doing, don't put too much sugar in, because what will happen is you'll do that and it will froth up like a sod. You'll not be able to drink it, and you could have stains everywhere. So we'll give it a pour. I'm only going to pour off a glass because I've got to go out with the wife later and I'll get a bollocking if I'm too drunk. So yeah, good carbonation straight away. Lovely white head on it. Nice colour to it. And this is Evil Dog. And this is a beer that's on the packet, I think it's 7.3%. So if you like strong beers like me, But I mean, I brewed it last time and it started off about that. It had been in the bottle and I put too much sugar in on the secondary fermentation, and it sent the alcohol content through the roof, and it got to the stage where, if you've drank them Russian Imperial stouts or whatever they are, IPAs, where they're about 10%, but I tell you now, it was stronger than that. It was absolute. It got into the stage where it was too much, but I still drank it, obviously. Yeah. I'll take one for the team. So yeah, it's come out a bit hazy there, which is strange because the bottle is absolutely clear. Do I worry? No, not at all. Oh, lovely smell to it. Reminds me of barley wine, the smell. This is strong. You're in your 7%ers now, and I would have thought, without getting the hydrometer out and doing a proper testing, if I remember rightly, when I did it last, it was about 8%. So the longer you let it mature, the stronger it will probably get. Not always. Depends on factors, water, whether you've added any sugar, temperature of the temperature when you brewed it. There's lots of factors with homebrew, which is why they tell you to, you know, try and stick within a certain temperature range and whatnot. But let's be fair, as long as it tastes near enough, as home brewers, we're happy. And as beer fans, we're happy too. I mean, if I saw this in a pub, and obviously if it was clear, because obviously this is a bit hazy, but the bottle behind me is clear, so you know, it's basically what you'd class as a bottle conditioned real ale, because it's still conditioning in the bottle behind me. So let's give it a taste. Oh yeah, it's matured. Beautiful. Don't taste a hell of a lot stronger than when I tasted it a couple of months ago, but you know, it hits you the moment you taste it. It's lovely. Yeah, don't be drinking and driving with this stuff. I've got to go out and drive later, but it'll be a couple of hours time, so I'll be alright by then. But yeah, lovely. Good carbonation there. It's retaining the head, even though it is a bit hazy. That shows up on there as hazy. It certainly is to me. Taste wise, absolutely lovely. Comparable. I mean, granted, it does not look comparable to commercial brands, but ignore what you see just there. Close your eyes, taste it. The taste is exceptional. It's like, what are the strong brands? Well, Old Roger is strong, but Old Roger's not tasting good these days. Not that last bottle. Champion Ale. It tastes like a Champion Ale, but with a little bit more to it, you know, a bit more of a kick. And Champion Ale 7.3%. Trying to think of the other strong brands. Fuller's 1845, that's around the 7% if memory serves me right. And yeah, stronger than that. A great beer. Twice I brewed it, twice I've been happy. The first time I overdid it with the secondary fermentation, which, you know, if you're new to home brewing or you're interested in home brewing, try and stick to what your instructions tell you. You know, you can play around. Sometimes people use brown sugar. If you need to add sugar, sometimes people use brown sugar instead of white, or they brew for longer. You know, there's ways of playing it. Or they actually add sugar to a kit where you don't need to add sugar, just to get that, you know, just to make the yeast eat a bit more up and make the alcohol content stronger. So we all play. It's the nature of the game, isn't it? Yeah, taste exceptional. I can't even pinpoint the flavours, and I can't even look at my phone to tell you what it is, which is sad. But I must set a laptop or computer up in here just to be able to show you, and you know, sometimes it's easier to show than it is. But what you've got is a lovely strong beer with really strong flavour to it. I can't pinpoint the flavours. I've had 2 drinks already, so you have to excuse me for babbling. But wow, 2 months in, the flavour has got better. I will submit this to Bulldog themselves, just so that, you know, other people can see, because sometimes you know, some people drink it straight away, it's gone within a few weeks. But yeah, 2 months in, it's looking good. I mean, don't look at that. Look at that bottle. Look at that. I mean, that. You can't believe that's come from the bottle, can you? Yeah, the lights came on there. And but you can see the sediment in the bottle, or sediment, sugar, whatever it is. I will have a few more samples tonight before I go to bed. Helps me sleep, gets rid of my stress levels. So, very happy with the outcome of the beer. Big thumbs up to Bulldog again for another quality homebrew. I do want to try the strawberry pale ale. I do kind of wish it was slightly stronger. And I know people ask for silly things all the time, but Truly is one of my favourite beers of all, along with King Goblin. Any chance of a King Goblin clone or a Truly clone? But also a Krabby's Reserve ginger beer, strong clone. But some of us, I'm a real fan of beers, and there's definitely three there that I would love to see strong versions of, but also homebrew versions of. And I've seen, just going on a little bit of a tangent, dog's come back in again. Yeah, boo. Probably to see what I'm doing. I have seen on a website the other day where they're selling, I think these are partial mash kits, so not quite the easy kits that Bulldog are to brew, where it's a malt and you just add water, and wash it out, and then you add yeast at the end. These kits you have to boil for a certain amount of time, then add in stuff, so it's a bit more complex, it might be the next evolution for me. But they had a Golden Glory clone, and I love Golden Glory, so that might be my next thing to try, And if I'm rubbish and it turns out crap, I won't do it again. But if you don't try, you don't get nowhere, do you? But anyway, back to this. Still a bit hazy, not worried about it. Probably something along my lines. We've still got the whitehead, still got the carbonation. You smell something very strong. Almost barley wine flavour. But at 7.3%, you're going into that territory anyway. We know that as home brewers, where you get above a certain area, you stronger, alcohol content. Lovely. Oh, I could quite easily neck a pint. In fact, quite easily neck the old 3 pints. So out of 5, I'm actually going to go give this a higher review from the last time I did it. Slightly under, just under King Goblin. I'll get it out before I get too drunk. But that's 4.8. This is definitely a 4.7 out of 5. Absolutely fantastic. Well worth trying to brew if you've never brewed your own beer. And in these days where we're all getting, those of us that are honest, are all suffering because of the stretch on our money. And if you get a beer you love and you can brew it, 40 pints for, I think it was 20 quid from Creative Winemaking. It definitely was Creative Winemaking. The guys there are great, by the way, and the online service, fantastic. But anyway, 20 quid, 40 pints, 50 pence a pint. The first time you buy your kit, your brewing kit, and then you have to get your bottles and that, it works out expensive the first time. But after that, you cannot fault home brewing. And you'll mess up along the way, but most of the time, 90% of the time, as long as you stick to what, and you are religiously clean, you won't go wrong. And when you get beers that taste as good as this, I ought to have made some barrels of this and took it to the Robin Hood Beer Festival. Imagine that, going in with that, 20 barrels of that. Hey, I could make a killing. Right, thanks for watching. See you soon.